Buonasera a tutti. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are officially live. As you can see, I did say with my Paesano, which is a pleasure to have back Mr. Tony Trim from the AGC. Anthony, my friend, how are you?
I'm doing well. Good evening. It's a late one for me here. I'm not used to this anymore, but it's nice
I
to
know.
be with you after a long time. I appreciate you having me back on, and I'm happy that it worked out tonight for both of us. So it'll be nice to get into some hot Juve talk. As there's always a lot going on with this club, and so looking forward to discussing everything with you today.
Yeah, I am looking forward to do. Well, it is always a pleasure to have you on. I know life has been busy. It's been tough for everybody. If people notice, I've been doing live reaction videos here and there because life's just been busy. But what is a better way to talk about Juventus with you, of course, than with the lovely people on the chat, whoever shows up tonight. So until then, please, ladies and gentlemen, put a like and subscribe and share. You know the drill. Leave your comments. We're going to talk about the Juve Bologna game, the players, the news, the big hot news that's been going around in the Juventus world. And then maybe we'll talk about the Napoli, because now the Interisti, they're so excited because they're first place. Well, you're first place right now. We'll see how long you're going to be first place. But Interisti, that's how they are. Every time they're first place, they think they win the Scudetto. But let them be. Let them be. I get my take on that later.
Yeah.
Then, of course, we got Mr. Anthony Lafleur. Well, it's a pleasure to see you. Buonasera a casa tutti, Rino. Welcome,
Grande,
my friend.
Anthony.
Yeah, I guess he's happy about Mina, but I don't know after this week if he's happy.
Well, it's interesting because you got the Supercoppa coming up this week, right? And I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting it's this week because we're not obviously in it, but it'll be interesting to watch those matches. I think Thursday Napoli, and is it Milan Napoli or Inter Bologna? Yeah, I think it's Milan Napoli, Inter Bologna.
Yeah.
So Thursday the Milan match, and then Friday's Inter Bologna. So yeah, those four teams have something to play for right now. 3 of the 4 are right in title contention, and Bologna's right there with us, right? So should be interesting. Should be interesting.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting. I even forgot about it, but all I can say to my fellow Milanisti there, or maybe if there's any Bolognese, should have won the Supercoppa, because we don't want Inter to win nothing. Well, at least for me, I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, I mean, in a perfect world, none of those teams win and Juve wins, but they're not in it. So yeah, somebody's got to win it. If I had to make a kind of prediction, I think Milan finds a way. I don't know, Max, he's sneaky. I think they might figure out a way if they can get past Napoli. I think if they get to the final, they're gonna manage to pull it off. So that's my guess that's my pick for who wins. So.
Well, that's interesting to say because, yeah, as much I wasn't really happy with Max, but he can be sneaky. As long he doesn't pull it off like what he did with the Coppa Italia. He lost it. He just wants to focus on the Scudetto. But I don't think he's going to let this slide. We'll see, because I think he hasn't. Yeah, with us, he did the Supercoppa final against Inter. Then we lost, I think, 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see what happens. And of course, talking about Inter, we got. What are you guys talking about Inter? Well, we are going to talk about it. Why? Are you going to get mad, Mr. Mario? Funny
Mario,
guy.
ciao. I know he's Interista, so I'm sure he's excited.
Oh, we got Tony Russo. What a joke. Why is that, Tony? Well, guys, just fire it up. Then I'll try to connect with you guys. Let's talk about this Bologna Juve game. It was on Sunday. It's on a Tuesday. I don't know about you, Anthony. I know we've been talking on the chats whatsoever, well, privately too. All I can say with this Juventus, in every single game, slowly we see a little bit progress, just a little bit. I'm not getting too hyped up whatsoever. Like everybody can think, because I see a lot of Juventini getting too excited. A lot of Juventini think like me con calma. But my thoughts about Locatelli. I'm not really happy with him, but this game he played good. Di Gregorio wasn't really happy with him, but in this game he played good. So um, I can say this team was pretty good. Even Jonathan Deibano, sometimes Jonathan, then you can correct me, Anthony. I see a little bit scared, but then once he gets the connection, then you see a different David. Like he is a team leader whatsoever, but a team player, let's say. But after all, I did not expect we were going to win with Bologna because Bologna has been kind of tough to beat, even the latest games. Uh, we managed to score. Finally, did a change. They put Cabal in the second half, which I think Spalletti should start doing the 4-3-2-1 or the 4-3-3 because the formation of three in the back, I don't like it that much. I don't know about you because we've seen even with Italy, the 3-5-2 doesn't suit Spalletti. But finally, a nice goal from Cabal. There was some bad referee, in my opinion. We can touch on that later. But we're at fifth place at this moment. And let's just wait and see how it goes against Roma. Anthony, what's your take? Mine was like kind of short and sweet because I've been talking about it for days. I'm pretty sure you did too. But what is your take after all with this Juventus?
Well, for starters, the Bologna match needed to be 3 points. I know, like on our show, obviously at the AJC, did a couple of post games and like the pregame leading up to it, and I was saying how there's no excuses with these matches coming up. Like, I actually, going back to the Napoli match, I felt like because we lost that match, it almost takes us out of title contention. I know that a lot of the fans, a lot of our fans are not thinking Scudetto, and we're saying even at the beginning of the year, there's no chance. But I always gave us a small chance just because I felt like bringing back majority of the same team, you'd think that we're going to start to click and gel. Obviously, with Tudor at the time, hoping that he'd show something, but I was never impressed with him. So now we have Spalletti, who's a proven coach. Which, to be fair, I also said I never thought he was the right choice for the time and right now, and even long term. Still not convinced, but we'll see. But anyways, that being said, for the Bologna match specifically, like from what I saw and watching the game, I never felt like it was out of reach for Juve. I felt like they controlled the match pretty well. Bologna didn't really have many chances. Even going into the first half, there was not really much going on from the Bologna side of things. So I was pretty impressed with that, with how Juve came out. With certain players, obviously everybody knows I'm a big Jonathan David fan, but he has his shortcomings for sure. I think a lot of it has to do with him adapting to a new team, a new league. He said it himself post-match. It was either against Paphos or post-match Udinese. They interviewed him, and he said, he's just trying to get comfortable with new surroundings, new language, new team, all that kind of stuff. So I've always maintained, just give him the year, and then we'll evaluate next year truly how he will be. And I think he'll come through good for us. But I know a lot of fans aren't really impressed, and it's fine. It's everybody's, has their favorites and guys that they think, are going to do well or not do well. And that's fine. But for me, I know what he has to offer, and I think he'll end up doing well for Juve. It's just, he's a slow starter right now and just needs to get adapted. But
that's what
overall thoughts on the match, though, I think, like I said, it was 3 points that we needed, and they ended up getting it done. As for the refereeing, or the officiating, I should say, I'm kind of with you, like in the sense that I don't like to talk about the officiating, but there were 2 blatant errors in that match. The Lukumi play on Consensal, like I see both sides of it because I know, like, he went down in the box, he's looking for a call. Now, if you see the replay, Lukumi had his hand up, caught him in the eye, he dropped. We know Chico, how he is as a player. He's going to look for those calls, try to get those fouls, which is why majority of the time he doesn't get the call and the benefit of the doubt, because the refs know the kind of player he is. He's always looking for it. But the fact that Lukumi then went after him as he's on the ground to pick him up, like, for me, that's where the ref has to step in and say, okay, I let you get away with the first one because we know Chico's reputation. So you didn't call that, fine. But how they don't go back and see him pick him up and then throw him on the ground. Like, it's one thing if he picked him up and tried to, like, basically, because at first he was grabbing him to say, like, get on your feet, like, stop crying, whatever. But the fact that he, like, with force threw him back down, like, that has to count for something. And again, it's just, we say it all the time, Amici di nessuno. It's Juve versus everybody. Doesn't matter if doesn't matter if it's officiating, doesn't matter if it's Inter, Napoli, it doesn't matter who it is. Any other team, just Juve will never get the benefit of the doubt. And again, it doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong if you want to shed light on it. It's not even so much complaining. I don't want to view that as complaining. It's just more like,
No.
Right? So, but anyways, that being said, like, in terms of the overall, like, the team play or the team formation, to your point, I've been saying for a long time, like, the sooner we switch to a back four, the better off Juve is going to be. I'm not so much. I don't believe in, we don't have the players right now to play 4-man at the back. I know a lot of our fans are saying, well, you don't want to change what's working with Coop Miners as the third CB and Kelly and Kalulu because Bremer's not 100%. So it was nice to see him come and get some minutes in that match. Now we'll see against Roma on Saturday if he'll get more minutes or not. But I'm a big believer in we need 4-man backline, and specifically with the guy who I know you're not crazy about, but like in McKennie, Weston McKennie, I think can play as either a left back or a right back for this team. So if you're worried about not having enough depth in those positions, Cabal, you can say what you want about Juan Cabal, but obviously he got the goal last game.
Yeah.
Previous game, he gave up the chance that led to a goal against for Napoli, right? So you're gonna have to take your shortcomings with these players, and you're gonna have to just try to make it work. But I think between Kalulu, Kelly, Bremer, and Rugani, if he comes back, between the four of them, there's your center backs. And you can mix and match. Any of those four guys can play. I prefer Kalulu on the right side, and then left back, like I said, the Cambiaso. I don't know if you've been listening to me with Cambiaso, but I don't know, man.
Not happy.
I think he's got to go. He's got to. He's not playing well at all, and I understand people want to give him time, but no, you know what? If you're not going to give Jonathan David time, why are you going to give Cambiaso time? He just got here, so give me a break, okay? This guy stinks. Like, come on.
Well, no, I agree with you. I've been seeing a lot of people from Italy. Even one of my fellow Paesans is a YouTuber, Gianni Bianco. He said, Cambiaso, te ne devi andare. Fai cacare. Like, he knows, he's always mad about him. Mm-hmm. And I agree with you. How much chances? Since this rumor about Cambiaso with Man City, bro, I think he got kind of cuckoo. He had good moments. Like, I like Cambiaso. Yeah. But recently, he's kind of losing my mind. But speaking of Jonathan David, because we got Chris Moss, he's a big JD fan. JD was at really a good dominated League One in Champions League. It needs good pricing, like in this guy already. Yeah, he likes you, Anthony.
Well, so the funny thing is, like I mentioned on one of our shows, like if you go back and watch, because a lot of people are getting pissed off with, he's missed a lot of opportunities. He's been in front of the net. He shot the ball and missed wide, I don't know, 2-3 times this year already. He's missed happens. But what I was getting at with David specifically is if you go back to his highlights from last year or previous seasons with Lille, when he scores his goals, how does he score? He's not the type of striker to just stand in the box, wait for the ball, and then shoot the ball in the net. Oftentimes when he's getting his goals at Lille, it's on a counter or fast break. So meaning the team's running into the box and they're passing him the ball before he's even at the 18-yard box. And then he carries it in and either dribbles the goalie, shoots it low, kind of like his goal the other day against in the Champions League against Paphos.
Yeah.
That was a 2-on-1 break. So he's gonna score that into a wide open net, no problem. But my point is that him and Yildiz on a fast break, they started that counter. You got to find him running into the box with okay, I was going to say with speed, but everybody's going to say, oh, he's slow. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. But basically, my
Well,
point
we'll
is you
talk
should
about
find
it.
him before he's in the box. If you're expecting him to be flat-footed, receive the pass, and then try to score like that, it's not going to work. So to Chris's point, like he needs better passing, but also, you know what I'm finding and what I'm noticing is that a lot of the issues or a lot of the chances that are being missed right now is they don't understand each other, meaning David and his new teammates haven't gotten a feel for one another yet. And that's going to come in time. So I feel like once they start to learn to trust each other, and you're seeing it now with he's gotten a couple goals in the last couple weeks between Yildiz, Chico. Him and Chico tend to work very well off the right side. So now it's just him and Yildiz on the left if they can figure that out. But the three of them up top, can't go wrong. If Spalletti can keep them rolling, it'll work out in the end for everybody. So, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, Chris is going on a rampage. I hate McKennie, but he's being better and better. Yeah. Me, Chris, we go back and forth with David. You remember I even said at the beginning that for me, David, it's going to take time. Now, you mentioned about him missing. People forgot how many times Vlahovic missed, and he's been with us 3-4 years, but nobody says that. Oh, a grande Serb. That's why I've been here. Come on, man. Vlahovic needs to go. But with David, we got to get at the same. Like I said to Chris, you better agree with me. I am here giving credit because I had people messaging me. Oh, David sucks. Even my Vancouver boys. Oh, he sucks, man. Oh, you're not giving the Canadian an opportunity. Like since the Coppa Italia until now, he scored 3 goals. So, the Bologna game, that was a stupid offset, but let's say technically he scored goals. So he just has to start, and like you said at the beginning, he needs to get used to of the team whatsoever. So I'm all for giving credit, but Chris, if I said that he's scared, don't get mad. It's getting ridiculous at this point. What do you mean, Tony? Let me guess. You don't like David. We all know that, Tony. Cambiaso hit and miss, sometimes very good. Yeah, that's what we've been saying. And like a lot of people, I like Cambiaso. I don't want him to leave because he's Italian, but if he's gonna act like a vagabundo, he can leave. Cheeseburger, Magico. Okay, tuna. That's how you came here. Okay.
Yeah,
whatever.
they gotta give him credit though. He's played amazing. No! That's why for me he's gotta play out wide. If you go to a 4-man back line, I'd actually put Weston at left back before I even put Cambiaso. And that's just me. I'd put Cambiaso on the bench and put Weston McKennie at left back.
No, as much I don't like McKennie, but you know me, where there's credit due, I'll give it. The last game, I was really happy. So, but then you got Mr. Tuna Steaks here. David needs confidence. He isn't sitting at the dinner table with
allegedly.
Oh, come on.
Allegedly, these are all rumors. I don't know if I believe the papers or not, but
yeah, I don't know.
He's a shy guy. I haven't heard it. What it is, right? But
yeah, well, he's from Ottawa. I don't know. I haven't heard.
Yeah, I don't think he's avoiding his teammates or anything like that. I know that there's a rumor out there about like the team not really, treating him well and stuff. But I don't know. I don't really buy into that. I mean, you'd be able to tell on the field, and it doesn't look like it. I mean, they look like they're playing just fine. Yeah. It's just, like I said, just not gelling right now, right? So, but
versus said, yep, passing, moving, or creating turnovers, or he is also master penalties. Jade, okay, va bene. For that rumor, I don't know. I haven't heard anything from Italy to confirm if those are really rumors, so I don't know if I should believe it or not. Yeah. David needs to see one goal go in the net to give him more confidence, and that could spark. Well, he did score the last 3 games besides the offside, so yeah. Sorry. If they put Pomodoro on the full team, would they do I don't know, Justin. You ask me. This guy, Justin, man. What I'm gonna do. Hold on. The comments going wild. It all got hampered at gelling as a team with 2 door there and then gone. Yeah, I agree with you. Massimo. Trash Vlahovic as much you want, but he's still our best striker. Massimo, per favor, our best striker that's getting paid for 70 mil. All right, in 4 years, cagada sopra cagada. I don't want to hear it. For me, se ne può andare, Massimo. With all due respect, Massimo, fa una pochi brava. Mamma mia, this guy. I can't believe people like this Vlahovic. Mamma mia.
Well,
Uh,
they can like him for a little bit longer because I don't think he's sticking around after this year. So
yeah. Vlahovic only about the money, Chacho. Chris, tell them that. Tell them that. I don't know, man. I don't know what these people they complain about Vlahovic. I've been here for the last 3 years. Now since David come, oh, he's our best striker. Yeah. Please, before he got injured, with all due respect, I don't wish the guy better. Hopefully he feels better. It's still the same thing. Then everybody here, they have their preference. I respect you guys' opinion, so to each their own. Well, what do you think about Vlahovic, Anthony?
well, this year he was playing well. It just the problem is his pubalgia or whatever, that injury that he keeps picking up, right? And then okay, this one that he got was kind of like a freak incident, but yeah, with Vlahovic specifically, it's like anything these days. Sports in general, you can relate it to any sport, hockey, whatever. Like, unfortunately, these players are going to be judged based on their contract, right? And I mean, a perfect example is Mr. Coop Miners, $60 million left center back right now, and people are complaining about that. Not the fact that he's actually playing well and not in the position that we want him to be playing, but at least he's contributing and doing a lot better this year than he did all of last year on the Motta and then even the beginning of this season with Tudor. So Spalletti seems to have found something with him, which is good, but I still think that when we do switch to a four-man back line, you got to put Coop Miners back in the midfield. And especially the reason I say that is because you're actually starting to see kind of flashes of what the old Coop Miners used to be like. He's moving the ball well, his decision making, he's playing quicker, because that was one thing we always say, that he's very slow, like his running pace is slow.
I said that.
But the thing is, he's actually moving the ball quick. So now it becomes okay, more like of a setup or formation thing. So depending how they want to do it, I know on our show we keep saying how you want three men in the middle, like three midfielders. So if that's the case, and you've got Coop Miners, Locatelli, and Thuram, or Coop Miners, Miretti, Locatelli, depending how you want to play it, we don't feel that he's going to be useful advanced, because we saw how he was being used under Motta last year, trying to be like the Coop Miners of Atalanta, and it didn't work. So
it didn't work.
What I'm thinking personally is that I would keep him in a two-man pivot with Locatelli and play a 4-2-3-1. So you have Locatelli and Coop Miners in front of the defenders, and then the three across the middle, you'll have anyone between Yildiz on the left, Chico on the right, and then in the middle you can mix and match. You can either put Miretti occasionally. If you want to keep Yildiz centrally, which I believe he should be the 10. For me, Keenan Yildiz should be the 10. I know a lot of people like to keep him on the left side, but I personally like him as a 10, because when you're playing in that 10 role, you're touching the ball more, you're getting the ball more, and that's what we want. We want Yildiz to have the ball more, because we could see what he could do with it. And the Bologna match was a perfect example of when he's playing in the middle and he's getting control of the ball, look at how dangerous we were, right? So if there's a world where Zhigrova can actually get healthy, I'd actually like to see Zhigrova, Yildiz, Chico, and then David or Openda up top. And there's your 4-2-3-1. And you can mix and match between taking Thuram out and putting Loca and Coop together, or Coop and Thuram, and then giving those guys a break in between. So that's kind of like what I'm thinking. But again, the problem is right now Zhigrova's not 100% for 90 minutes, but at least, spot duty off the bench, he can come in and provide some help. To Massimo's point about Openda, even that's the other thing. If you put Yildiz as a 10, you can put Openda on the left side. He doesn't have to be the striker.
Exactly.
So
I haven't seen that much with Openda. I have to see more. I don't know why. All due respect, Mr. Massimo always says that he's better than David, but we'll wait and see. Maybe we have to see them together. Maybe he should do like a 4-4-2. So
Yeah.
But he's another one, at least for me, he needs time to gel, Openda.
Well,
So,
and the funny thing too is, and we probably won't see it with Juve, but I know Chris Moss would know. But the funny thing is that
mm,
Jonathan David with the national team actually plays as a 10. He doesn't play as a striker, not always. Depending on what the Canadian coach wants to do, oftentimes he has David as a 10. So you could even drop David as the 10 and put Openda up as the striker if you really want, if Openda is that much better, which for me, he's not that much better. The only thing that Openda has
even,
over Jonathan David is that he's fast. We saw it in the game against Bologna. He drew the foul to get the guy the red card. That's why we ended up getting them down 10 men and
10.
we ended up scoring the goal, right? So, yeah,
Yeah.
Openda, lightning fast, but everything else is kind of suspect. I mean, I would argue David's better handling the ball, better shooting,
Yeah.
clearly. He's got goals. Openda's got one. So I get it, but, I don't know.
Yeah, like Chris is saying, hold on a second. Let me put this bigger. Openda not near JD, sorry, but could be a good combo as two up top ended. Yeah, but that'd be good. I agree with Chris on this. We are Arshon. I didn't, but we just want to see him succeed. You
Mm-hmm.
always complain about this guy, Mamma mia, Tuna. Come on, bro, Madonna mia. Promise David killing it for Union. Saint Gilos, okay to Bochuman and Tanya Villara. Canada not stopping. Guys, this is Chris. He's an Arsenal fan, but he's a big Jonathan David fan. He's a
Canada.
Boston fan. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He used to play big team soccer, like Chris knows his stuff. But man, when it comes to Jonathan David, plus he's a Boston fan. He already gave me the updates that Vancouver is winning. Thank God. I'm a Canucks fan. We'll touch on hockey later, but yeah. So if you guys see him going well with David, you know why. Oh yeah, he's going the Canadian high tide. Pele, you mean? I don't know what he meant, bro. He's from Boston. David is playing as 10 versus Guatemala, not the Italian defenders. Okay. What are you gonna say about that?
You want to know the funny thing though is not all the defenders in Serie A are Italian. So
Yeah,
he's not.
exactly.
But I get
He's
what he's
wrong.
saying. I get what he's saying.
Yeah,
Serie A defending is better, obviously, which is why
yeah.
also David is trying to adapt to it.
Adapt, yes. I've given him time, but just that game, I saw him a little bit scared, but Chris doesn't have to attack me if I say that. You know what
I
mean?
have no problem calling him out, and I've said a couple times, more than a couple times,
Yeah,
when he hasn't had a solid performance. I said it wasn't his best match, and I call it for what it is, right? But for the most part, I think a lot of it is, he's a 9, so he's supposed to score goals. So because he's not scoring as much as we would like him to, that's why people are being more harsh on him, and that's fine. But I see the other qualities that he brings, and that's why I'm not so bent out of shape about his play overall.
yeah. As Chris said, JD as a tool, lots, but yeah, he likes coming back and getting the passing, going, bring the center back out, blah blah blah. JD Pressy stats in Europe being number 1 for years. Well, let's give him time. Like I said, people can complain about David, but guys, we had Mr. Val, which was worse. So yeah. Then let's move on. Oh, the Bruins 4-1. Those Baccalas, hey Anthony, 4-1.
Yeah.
He's a Leafs fan, Chris, but he's a good Leafs fan. So don't say anything bad about it.
Unfortunately, I don't know. They're not doing too well tonight. I think they're still losing, so not good.
I don't know. I have to see, but Chris will let us know because he has like 10 TVs. He watches NFL, Serie A,
Nice.
national team. So he's okay. Let's move on, guys. Before I continue on with the comments. And how much likes do we have here so far? The chat has been wild, even though I haven't done a live at this time for a long time. 8 likes. Come on, let's go up to 10 to 15. Come on, boys. Let's rock and roll. Bada bing, bada boom. And before I continue, I hope Alvich stays the kind of leader we need. Come on, Massimo. That's beautiful. What leader? What leader? You sound like Skanga, with all due respect, man. This guy in 3 years Mistake over mistake. He does. It's not a Juve caliber. If we can get he like it or not, I don't know if you guys heard. He probably is gonna go to Milan. There are already talks on it. So fatti segnare la croce, caro Massimo, e dai, insomma, che cazzo ne fa Vlahovic? What's your take on this, Anthony? Sorry about my reaction, but
well, I know that Moss clearly likes Vlahovic, which is fine.
okay, fair enough.
Leader's kind of a stretch, only because I mean, when he's on his game, you could say that he's leading by example with his play, but I don't know about behind the scenes in the locker room. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how much of a voice he has, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like I said, for me, I don't see a world with him staying, and has nothing to do with David, or it has nothing to do with the actual players on the team. I think it just has to do with him and with Juve, and I don't see him coming down from his salary right now. If anything, he's going to want to keep the same salary that he has. And Juve doesn't want that. They're going to want him to drop his salary. So I just feel like he's going to end up going somewhere else. And would not be surprised at all if he stayed in Serie A and went to another Serie A club, specifically Milan. I think, I don't know, I have a feeling he might want to rekindle his little, partnership with Allegri. I don't know why. I have this feeling like they're looking for a striker, and it just seems like too good of a fit for him to end up in Milan. I could be wrong, but we'll see. We'll see what happens at the end of the season, I guess.
Yes. I'm just going through the comments. Oh, 2-2, Anthony.
Oh, wow, miracle. I think it's because your buddy Bedard, he's hurt, so he's not playing. Your BC boy there, he's injured, so that's why with Chicago. Right?
Oh, the famous BC boy, yeah. He's watching on my phone. Oh, thank you, Chris. Okay. He has shown some leadership qualities here and there, but the constant complaining on the pitch always bothered me. Exactly, Tuna. This guy's not Juve caliber. I'm sorry. He can take quattro passi a casa mia. So then to each their own. Chris, if you like the guy, I respect it, but come on, man. Oh my God. Vlahovic is a leader like Trump. Yeah, he doesn't like Trump. So, oh my God. When is the storm the Bagala? Wait for that. I call it the Yo Goldo section, but don't worry. I'm trying to catch up. I
kind of like that.
Yeah, Vlahovic is going to end up at the EPL score. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Anyways, let's move on the next topic. Do you have anything else with the game?
With the game, the last game specifically, no. I mean, I think we touched on it. Like I said, it was just more of, they needed 3 points. Every point is crucial from now on, just to kind of keep pace with the 4 teams at the top there. We actually are very fortunate to have a nice little run of fixtures here, starting with Saturday against Roma. Obviously, we don't want to overlook them, but after Roma, it gets a little bit light. You got Pisa, you've got Cremonese, you've got Lecce, you've got who was the other one? There's another one in there that I'm missing. But anyways, my point is that, we all know Juve's history right now with the small teams. They have a hard time. So I'm not looking past any of those matches, but my point is that if you can rattle off some wins and get a win against Roma, a win against Pisa, then you've got Cremonese, Cagliari, and I think Genoa. Those are the 4 matchups coming up. Those are some winnable fixtures. So I mean, you're gonna have obviously you're gonna have the 4 teams playing in the Supercoppa. That's gonna affect their schedule. So it's up to Juve to take advantage and try to capitalize and see if they can bank those points and climb up the standings again to get into the top 4 and put some heat on those 4 teams, right? So we already got past Bologna, so now it's up to to us to put heat on Roma, and then you got Inter, Napoli, and Milan up there, right? So it's up to Juve.
It's up to Juve. Well, we'll wait and see. Hopefully for a win. This is my wife. Horatio says hello. Well, tell him I say hi. She's at my in-laws.
Yeah.
It's Anthony. Uncle Anthony says hi.
Zio says hi.
Then, yeah, Massimo again. Mamma mia. David needs to sit for all those games. Start to penda, watch him cook. Okay, Massimo. Whatever you say, Paesano. Whatever you say, my
Yeah.
friend.
It's gonna suck
If
when
I
David
should,
gets like 3 goals in the next 3 games. It's gonna really suck for all the fans that don't want him
yeah,
to play.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think I should have this guy on my show one time. I'm pretty sure we're gonna go back and forth to him as well. Guys, continue on with the likes. If you're new on the channel, please subscribe. And of course, we have Anthony, part of the AGC. You guys can go follow my boy Alberto from the AGC and their group, which I have a shirt that Alberto gave me when he came to Vancouver. Legends, uh, Lito. I haven't wear this for a while, so yeah, bim boom bim bada boom. Then the storm the bomb, I call the Yo Goldo section. I'll do that after. Don't worry about that, Justin. And we'll talk. We'll mix about everything: pancakes, pasta, hockey, a little bit everything. But now, my next topic I want to get into, one of my favorite topics, is about this teeter situation, and it's been very high top topic, even though there are people defending Elkan. People are happy what he did, which I'm not happy what he did that video. So my take on this, I don't know if you people have been watching. And by the way, let's continue with a nice salute with Vino Corrino. I should call my next live when I have a guest, Vino Corrino. So
that's got to be a segment. Vino con Rino. That's it.
yeah, I should post that when I have guests. Vino Corrino with special guests. That'll be beautiful.
And then you have the first topic: gravy over sugo. Mr. Tuna Steak says he's gonna.
You know what, bro? I got a video from an Italian American, Barese. He went against the gravy part, so I'm gonna send it to the AGC chat or to you. You're not gonna like it, buddy. So, like, who calls gravy sugo, guys? We'll touch on that later. We'll touch on that later. So with this teeter, you know, there's ups and downs. For me, if he's really honest about this, give him more whatsoever to Elkan, because I really want Elkan to sell. There's so much rumors about this situation. I know they were saying, how you call it, that Agnelli might be in the middle of this, because you don't want another American, like we've seen in most of Serie A, all these American owners, then they haven't do FO, sorry for my romanticismo. But I've been saying it for years. Anthony, you agree with me? I want Elkan out, because for me, this guy, I don't want to hear the fact he did this video, how he showed loves with you. But guys, when in 2006, who was the guy that sent us to Serie B? Mr. Elkan. Okay, he was young, whatever. He didn't want to get involved. And what about the Pasqualens? I did not see him with the Juventus shirt say how much love. He just cleans his hands and try to let us drop the 15 points. There's no love with this guy. And I'm not the only one saying it. Even in Italy, they're all against Elkan, which is funny. One of my friends, I have to ask my friend to send me a video. He travels all over Italy, this guy. He went one of Elkan's business in Piemonte, like a big, huge company, you know. You can walk by there, like anybody can walk there. Like it was dead, you know, just to show you how this guy doesn't care. Like he sold La Stampa, he sold Iveco, the big trunk company, Fiat. If Tider, at least I remember Alberto was saying on the live more than 2 bill. I'm all for it, maybe close to 3 bill. Can try to sell it. Elkan is going to be like, I see you, bye-bye. That's just me and the majority of the people I've been hearing from Italy, all over the place. I don't know what's your take on that. Chat, go worldwide. Let me know what you take. I'll try to go slowly on the comments while you talk, Anthony. But I am just really fed up because this guy Elkan has been treating us like a provinciale e mi sono stufato. So, Anthony, ti sei stufato pure tu? Are you annoyed? Are you happy with Elkan? Or are you happy with this rumors about Tider? Your take on this?
Well, For starters, I definitely wouldn't say that I'm happy with Elkan just because of the way that things have been going the last 5-6 years, I guess you could say. Pretty much ever since Agnelli left, it's not really a surprise that, you know, things have kind of gone downhill and we've lost our winning ways. We're kind of all over the place. We're a mess as an organization, top to bottom. So I think how I would say it or how I would word this is I've kind of gone back and forth with this. Like I wouldn't care personally, like it would not affect me personally if Elken sold Juventus or his share of Juventus. But what I'm starting to realize is that he's not going to sell, but what he can do is take a step back. He can still own the team. He can still fund the team with his money. But he needs to not be the guy in charge of having any say over who should work in the front office, sporting decisions, stuff of that nature. So if Agnelli is actually supposed to be coming back with the tether bid, then this is the thing. It's hard to say because I don't know if he truly is trying to get these guys from Tether to buy the club so he can come in or they're going to appoint him. What I would say is like, if he could just figure out a way to just tell Elkan, okay, you've been holding down the fort until I served my suspension. His suspension's up now. He can basically come back at any time. They just hire him again, or they put him in charge, right? Then I think we would actually all have a different opinion of Elkan because he's not in charge of the day to day. He can be the money guy. He has the money. We all know that.
Yeah.
We've been saying it for a long time. But we need a true sporting guy. We need a guy at the top that's going to make the sporting decisions, put guys who are qualified instead of Ferraro and Scanavino. Instead of hiring those guys, we need a guy to actually make the decisions and put the right people in place and set the standards, as we like to say it on our show all the time. That's one thing that I will give Spalletti a lot of credit for, is that he's come in and he's set standards for this club and he's actually holding the players accountable. So I have to commend him for that. Although I still don't think he's the long-term solution. I mean, if there's something better out there, but anyway, but for this specific topic, Elken, Tether selling, to me, it's crazy that these guys are offering $1 billion, $1 to buy the team. What I want to know is do they actually have this money? Like, where's this coming from? Because something doesn't seem right with these guys, because I know Alberto's always touched on it on our show, and he said they have never gotten audited as a business. And again, I'll plead my ignorance. I don't know much about cryptocurrency. I'm not into that shit.
Same.
I don't care about crypto. It's not like, I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me. So, like, is it legit? Do they actually have the money? Or is it just a front to, like we're saying, maybe get Agnelli in there? I think that there's a world that can exist where Elken can still be funding the team and being the money guy, but you bring Agnelli in to be that figurehead that's spearheading management, sporting decisions, all that kind of stuff, and just setting the standard to where it was once before. So that's kind of like how I feel about it. But the more that the longer Elken stays in this position, I think the longer that we're going to, unfortunately, maybe suffer a bit. So.
Yeah. Sal, well, funny to see you back, Sal. He says here, hold on a sec. Okay. They are private, so it makes sense. Tether is legit. I heard that too. They hold over 150 billion treasure, which is very liquid. I think he meant to say, which he corrected. Yeah. I don't know. All I want to see something good. Now we see Tuna Sticks bringing Mohamed bin Salah with 49% stake in the company, but Elka needs not to manage over. Elka needs to leave. I see Massimo say he did a good thing with the video. What did he do? Like, where was he before? People giving this guy credit. Elka needs to leave, period. Okay, I agree with Anthony and company. Maybe let him stay away, put the guys in charge like he did in the past. Okay, that's totally fine. But the way I'm looking at it, like these last 5, 6 years, like you just nailed it. We had Choco Ferrero, putting these even Comoli. Like, is he our guy for sporting director? There isn't high quality guys. They mistake over mistake or mistake. Like, does he still want to embarrass himself? Make this club look like a Pro Vercelli? That's the way I look at it. Like, as much you have the money, as much you have everything given, but you don't want to have to be that person, have the bad face in all over the world. You know what I mean? So
Well,
I have a
that's
feeling
why
he might sell. So
that's why, to Tuna's point, though, he's saying that this rumor that Elkan maybe sell to this guy from Saudi, the Bin Salman, the prince. I don't know.
yeah,
Everybody's a prince over there. I want to be a prince. I should just move there. Maybe I'm going to be Prince Anthony one day, and I'll get all the millions. But anyway, so
never mind.
maybe this guy comes in and he buys, like Tuna saying, about 49% stake, whatever. And if that guy's going to back the team, then we're going to turn into PSG and Manchester City. We're going to have all the money and we can buy whatever we want, right? But I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as easy as that. So I would just, for me personally, I would just prefer Agnelli coming back in one way or another, whether it's Elkan staying in his position and just continuing to fund the team. It's worked. But if not,
I'll
then,
buy it.
Yeah.
As Justin is saying. I wish if they put me as president, never mind the bullshit. I teach these Rimban beats nice and perfect. They've been winning Champions League every year. Never mind.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I might be bad as Elkan. Who knows? I don't know, bro. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like the comments. Oh, Elkan and not Elkan. Massimo. You sound like Skanga, man. You sound like, what's his name? Luis El Cagnano. For now on, I'm going to call you El Cagnano. Elkan lover we got here. Mamma mia, this guy. He's pushing.
All these guys from the AJC. Who let these guys in here, eh? Who let these guys here?
I have no idea. I like Massimo. Don't get me wrong. I like him. But he's pushing my buttons. He can't be for real putting respect for Elkan. Like, come on.
Well,
if you talk like that.
He did call him. He called himself a fruitcake yesterday, so there's that. On our show, he called himself a fruitcake, so there's that. But anyway, we're not going to mention that, or we won't talk about that. But so yeah, no, it's all good. It's all in good fun. But yeah, you know what? I don't know. I think he could have did without the little announcement with that Juventus sweater, and he's with his hands, and we're not selling the team. Just why do you have to do that? Just send out a little email, say, yeah, we're not selling the team. Okay. You didn't have to make a video and with his hands and everything. You know what I mean? But so
fruitcake Unadino. Okay, Massimo. Whatever you say, my friend. Whatever you say.
Oh, shit.
Now, okay, for now the chat is going well. Noticing that the chat is going well, I think that we should do what everybody is waiting for, the Yo Godo section. Guys, let's put on the banter. Let's put on whatever you want to talk about. But before I get into this, I want to close up with the Serie A because Anthony said at the beginning about the refs giving a bad call whatsoever. We've seen these two days, Saturday, Sunday, even Nescio, the YouTuber, the Interista, the famous YouTuber, which I like him, he even said on Saturday they were really, the referees were really bad. And we've seen on Sunday too, this Napoli, after winning with us, because they win the Champions League after winning against us, they lose with Benfica. But in order for Udinese to win, they had to score 3 goals, which for me, there were 2 regular goals. They took up 2 regular goals to score 1 goal. And then, yes, with Juventus, then there was another game. Insomma, this referee situation, man, it's really bad. Like, it's getting worse and worse. Yes, we can call it. It always happened to us because it seems like they look more on the VAR than they look at the other teams. But even with the Milan game, I heard it wasn't that great. So I don't know. I have no idea whatsoever. So things need to be changed. And plus, this VAR thing, I'm not really happy about it. What about you? What you take?
Well,
with this
I was going to say it's a good thing that it's a good thing that you mentioned Udinese, Napoli. Even in I don't know if it was this last Milan game or one of the last Milan matches. There, like, it's Serie A in general. So we're both Juventino, you and me, but we're not sitting here crying just about the calls against Juventus. We're saying overall, it's been really bad. And to your point,
Yes.
you never know when they're going to use VAR because for whatever reason, when it's Juventus, they use it to penalize Juventus or to take away goals from Juventus. That's the only time they use VAR. When it's Juventus against somebody else and somebody else scores, they don't use the VAR. It counts. So you never know when they're going to use it. And when they do use it, it's almost like they're using it at the wrong time. For example, that offside against David in the goal against, was it Cagliari? So they use the VAR then, right? So it's like, this is just how it is. It's a league-wide thing that's a problem in general. So, yeah, it's not good. I almost wonder, and I said it kind of as a joke, but I almost wonder if they have to start to look at refs from outside of Italy to bring them in to ref the Italian league. Like, get foreigners. At this point, you might have to.
Yeah.
Like,
because Massimo
saying it that are Italian, right? So why don't you get refs from France or somewhere else to come in and they can ref Serie A? You know what I mean?
I understand where Massimo's coming from. People need to relax about the refs in Italy. Have you watched one in Mexico? Listen, I don't complain about the refs, but when it comes to the point, you have to say. I'm not just saying in the Juventus point of view, like in general. You know what I mean? They have been really bad. So I don't know what to tell you about this. But moving on, let's see some hot take here. Mr. Matteo, Vancouver Canucks. Oh. Yeah, Vancouver Canucks, they win against Rangers. What about you guys? You guys lost with the Oilers, with all due respect, Anthony. I respect. I don't want you to get mad at me.
I have to admit, that was I actually watched that game. That was one of the few I've seen this year, and that was bad. And it was really bad.
What, Toronto?
Yeah, it was really bad. Really bad.
Yeah.
Ooh,
well, Anthony.
Geez. Chris, with Chris's comment, that was pretty funny.
Oh, sorry. I'm going through. I know it's fruitcake in chat. Does that mean there's 2 tea coaches? Don't mention those guys, man. I don't want to talk about those guys, bro. Let them be. No, there's none of those guys here at this moment, so let them enjoy. That is what the Turkish league is supposedly doing to get rid of match fixing.
Oh, there you go.
I know.
They're bringing in refs from outside. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And we got Anthony Lafleur. Our game versus Aswell was a shit show with the referee ruling. Out Pulisic, okay, because of Loftus-Cheek pushing. Yeah, these rules, they don't mix. I didn't watch the Milan game, to be honest with you, but these rules, man, doesn't make sense. They don't really make sense. Oh, of course he's going to say something. The operation has been terrible in the US. Okay, hold on a second here. I Interista complaining about the Liverpool thing. Listen, by rule, whoever I'm talking to, your boy Bastoni, a person I don't really like, instead of playing rugby, he should be playing catch. He grabs people and pushes people. That was a PK. You can handle the fact that you lost with the shit Liverpool, one. And what about the goal that was taken away from Liverpool, Mario? Why don't you be honest, Cartonado? Are we going to start this? Here we go. The Interista complain about the ref. Last year, you guys been given everything. The Monza game, the offside line from Bastoni at Fiorentina, which you guys win. But at the end of the day, you guys get help, and you don't win. Zero titoli, as Mourinho said against Napoli. Napoli, zero titoli. And that's what's going to happen to you, Mario. Look at this guy. Right away, he has to talk about the Inter game. Okay, we're talking about refs here. In Greece, they bring foreign. Okay. Yeah, I know, but you know what's funny, Massimo? Like, these referees, they do these mistakes, then they send them back to Serie B. They give them a ticket. Like, they should just fire them. Matteo. Hey, vabbè, Matteo. You should take it from Anthony. He's more sportive than you. He's a true Leafs fan, not like you, always making fun of my Canucks.
It's because I'm old. I'm getting old. That's why. Matteo's still young. He's got time for the heartache and pain.
Yeah. Serie A as a product is bad enough. The terrible referee makes it even worse.
It's
true. I agree. I always say that Serie A is bad, but then I get attacked. So, but at least people agree with me. This guy with Sassuolo. Ismail Kone, Canadian Brilliant. He
He's been
loves the Canadian.
he's been playing well though, and the funny thing is he's on loan there from Marseille, so he's not even a Swallow product. He's on loan, but he's playing really well, really well.
We have Daquan. He's from England. He's a Napoli fan, Arsenal fan too. Yeah, this is Anthony, my friend from the All Juve cast. I think you remember Alberto was on my show, one of the top guys. So yeah, he's one of my fellow paisans. A good guy. You'll like it. Oh, you just got home? Mamma mia. What time is it there? 5 in the morning? Holy crap. Daquan, I love you, man. You always show up. Absolutely. Yeah, well, like we said before about the Napoli game, they needed to score 5 goals to make it, but losing to Udinese, how can we lose to Jose? How can how can we lose to you guys? That's my question. Then you lost with Benfica and Udinese. I don't know. Spalletti screwed it up that day, but it
It
is what it
happens,
is.
yeah.
Oh, call it what it is, a dive. My the master diver is Lautaro. Give me a break, Mario. Go to sleep. You ain't Inter. Sorry, there's too much. Oh, the orange balls are terrible. So, yeah, sorry, man. No, I get it. I said Napoli deserved the win, but I'm just saying, how can we lose to Napoli that you just lost with Udinese? That game could have finished 3-0, Daquan. But of course, Anthony knows me. I'm always honest. Our Juventus is not didn't play well that day. They're not pretty good. Yeah, but we all know Conte in Champions League. All this failure. What do you think about Conte in Champions League, especially against his biggest enemy,
Well, the funny thing
Mourinho?
is I've kind of since the start of the year, I've kind of forgotten and haven't been paying attention to Napoli too much. I know at the beginning of the season, I was just saying, we'll see if my old classic joking line is, we'll see if Conte makes it to Christmas, but I wasn't actually serious. I was joking. But the funny thing is that we're getting to the point where the results keep piling up like this. It's not looking pretty. Like, yeah, full disclosure, like full credit. They beat Juventus 2 weeks ago. It was a well-deserved win, but I mean, to be fair, they didn't really look that convincing even in that match. I think it was
Yeah,
more on Juve, Juve beating themselves and a couple costly errors that really ultimately led to the win for Napoli, right?
yeah,
And I mean, look at the last two results. It goes to show you, right? So we know the history of Conte and the Champions League. We know it very well with Juventus. We've seen it in his short time at Inter, and now with Napoli, it's not good. Even his time in the Premier League with Chelsea, Tottenham, um, he can't manage multiple competitions. So that's why this weekend I'm not excited, but I'm interested to see and keeping tabs on what will happen with Supercoppa, because even that's
yeah.
another set of fixtures, at least guaranteed one, maybe two if they get to the final of Supercoppa. So is he going to want to play for that? Is he going to want to try to win? They have to go to Saudi to play there and then come back. So yeah, it's
Well, as Dick said, to be taken seriously in Italy, Napoli have to retain the Scudetto. Well, we'll wait and see
you
because
know
it's a tight race.
that's very refreshing to hear from an if he's a Napoli fan, that is
Yeah.
very refreshing to hear, because I'm sorry to say it, but 9 out of 10 Napoli fans do not talk like that. Their heads in the clouds. They're the best. They're number one. They're gonna beat everybody. They're Conte this and that. So
Uh,
he's actually very level headed, and it's true. It's a good point. In order for them to be taken seriously, they got to repeat, because what's the theme of the last 3 seasons? There's been 3 different Scudetto winners. Napoli's won 2 out of 3, but nobody's repeated since Juventus. Juventus is the
exactly.
last team to repeat as defending Scudetto champions when they won 9 in a row. So
Oh,
we'll see. And
I know what
yes,
you mean.
I understand Mas. I understand he not the whole team. Don't give them that much credit. They're not missing the entire team. Yeah, they're missing De Bruyne. They're missing Anguissa. I get it. But You have to understand that
Oh,
you
come
don't make
on,
excuses
Massimo.
when the other teams have injuries too. But yes, it plays a big factor for sure. Lukaku's out.
Yeah,
I get it.
but Conte can still make the best out of these players. Like they don't need uh, Lukaku or what's that guy from Belgium, De
De
Bruyne.
Bruyne.
Like
Yeah.
yeah. So come on, what's up with Massimo tonight? Mamma mia, he's trying to go against whatever we're saying here. Let's move on because I see a question from Sal. He was talking about Juventus. So many comments, mamma mia. Okay. I think we go back to 4 against Roma with no coup. Can
That's
we
a big
see
one.
Kelly lining up next to Bremer or Rugani with Kalu on the right Cambeso? I don't know what's going to happen. I'm hoping to see that the 4 back. As I said at the beginning of the show, I see Spalletti more better to do a formation of 4 than a formation of 3. Maybe a 4-4-2. Maybe put David and Openda in front if he can. So, what's your take on this, Anthony?
Yeah, it's a good point that Sal brings up because I forgot to mention that Coop Miners is missing from suspension for the yellow cards. That's why he's not playing on Saturday. So that's going to be a big loss in the sense that, yeah, it would have been for me if Coop Miners was not suspended. I think Spalletti plays it safe and says, you know what, we're playing a bigger team. So rather than going to 4-man backline, wait for Pisa next week and do the same three-men backline with Kalulu, Coop, and Kelly because they've been playing well. But now that Coop's not going to be there, it really makes you wonder. I think depending on Rugani's status, I know he's with the team and he's been on the bench, but I don't know how close he is and ready to play. Do you risk Bremer from the start and play him at the start? Which actually, that's another thing I should have done my homework and checked. Is the match at Allianz Stadium or is it in Rome?
I'm not too sure. My
The
iPad
reason
is.
I bring that up is because we know
One sec.
how bad that stadium is in Rome and the pitch in Rome.
Yeah.
It's taken out how many ACLs? Zaniolo, Chiesa. So do we really want to play Bremer in that stupid field at Rome? I wouldn't if they're
Yeah.
playing there. But I think it might be a home match for Juve. So if it's at the Allianz Stadium, then I feel a little more comfortable playing Bremer. So to Sal's question, what do we do? I'm a big proponent of go with 4-man backline, and like I mentioned to you earlier, I don't know if I'd give Cabal the start. Maybe reward him for scoring that goal and you put him on the left side. But if it was me, I would put McKennie, Kelly, Bremer, and Kalulu on the right side. That'd be my 4-man backline. Kalulu out wide as a right back.
I'm trying to find out where we're playing. I forgot to double check. My stupid iPad is not working. But all I want is a win. But knowing Gasperini, bro, mamma mia.
Well,
I
you
don't
can
know.
never. That's right. It's true. You can never take anything away from Gasperini. That's for sure. So no, it is at Allianz Stadium. So we are at home
So
on Saturday, which is good. So that makes me
yeah.
feel more comfortable with Bremer playing because, like I said, that field in Rome is dangerous. So I wouldn't want to risk it. But we are the home side on Saturday, so that'll be good.
Well, the thing is with Bremer, they better take some time because I don't want to risk him to start.
Yeah.
I know he started for 10 minutes, but even if they start him maybe for 20 minutes, because I don't want him to get injured again. That's my only concern with Bremer.
Well, if that's the case, you could always do a center back pairing of Kelly and Kalulu. You could put Cabal on the left and put McKennie at right back. There's always that option too. Just for me, if McKennie's going to play, I know Alberto, our Paesano, always mentions it on our show that McKennie is an outside player. For me, in the midfield, not impressed. As a number 10, I definitely don't want to see him playing as a 10. He's got to play outside, either as a left back or a right back. And I think he would do just fine there because defensively, he's really good. So that's my 2 cents.
That's your take.
Yeah.
Massimo here. Conte is still the best coach in the world at getting the most of the mediocre players. Juve would be 10 points clear at the top if Antonio was coaching a bunch of farmers. I agree with nobody's judging who he is. I'm just not really happy with Conte because after what happened in the summer, because he's supposed to come with us, but then he found his way out, which is not his fault too. It's even your boy Elkan's fault. So yeah, but what can I tell you, bro? Hopefully
Mm,
Nkunku leaves my club in January. If true, because he's been a flop. I don't know, man.
I
Man,
forgot.
you're praising.
Yeah.
He's praising Allegri a lot.
To be
When he's
honest, I forgot that hit and Cuckoo was there because I remember seeing him play a little bit here and there and like spot. Like I haven't watched full matches of Milan, not too many. But the ones that I've seen, the little highlights that I've seen and little glimpses I've caught of him, he's been playing. But yeah, I guess he's not doing well. So if he's on loan, they can just send him back.
I guess.
But yeah, no, he didn't strike me as the type of player that would fit Allegri's system because he plays a 3-5-2, and then Cuckoo's more, for me, more of an outside player, like either a right side or left side winger. As a 9, I never really liked him in that position. So yeah, it definitely doesn't fit Allegri style. That's for sure.
We have Chris. I would maybe stick back 3 when you have Bremer. Kelly center back and Gatti or Rugani? I'm not too sure.
So
Well,
the
you
only
take
problem, Chris, is that Gatti's hurt and he's not coming back for at least till
yeah.
February. Meniscus injury. So
Okay.
he's gone for 2 months easily.
2 months. I didn't
Well,
even know that.
not until I don't think he's rumored to come back until February. So we're
I
already in
see.
December. So he's going to miss all of January and a portion of February. So he's out for a little while.
I see.
So yeah, I don't know. For me personally, especially with knowing Spalletti and what he was successful with and what
Yes.
formation, it's always a 4-man backline. He needs his fullbacks. And yeah, definitely I wouldn't, I don't know. The 3-man backline, it worked for now. It got you by, but
Yeah.
definitely got to go with 4 at the back, especially with the types of players and profiles that we have.
I see. Well, that's what I was saying at the beginning. So we're at 12 likes, 13. Let's go up to 15, maybe 20, boys. That's how I've been saying at the beginning of the chat. Because we've seen it even with Italy, with the 3-5-2, it was bad. And we've seen with Juventus, even against Napoli, it was bad. So I would like to see 4 to make things beautiful. Continue on. What's worse than that? We pay 40 million. If the Saudi clubs want him, yeah.
Damn, yeah. Send him to Saudi. Pack his bags and send him away. Jeez.
Oh, he's talking about to left there. Anthony, you're cooked.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, because
yeah, he's talking about yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Here's a first. Blah blah blah. Who's this? Oh, welcome, McKinney, Player of the Year. Yeah, calm down, guys. Calm down, mamma mia. Like I said, I'll give him credit on Sunday, but let's chill out. He's just a regular cheeseburger, and I'm not happy with McKinney.
If he scores a goal on Saturday, I'm having cheeseburgers for dinner on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll buy McDonald's, but man, let's calm down. Let's calm down with this guy. Mamma mia. All these mechanic. And the major reason why I don't like mechanic because he criticized Italian food. Then speaking about Italian food, because I can't find the comment, but what's his name? Tuna Snakes. You're still on. I can't believe you call gravy sugo gravy like that. Some of these Americans, no offense, whoever thinks like that, but with me, you're not gonna win. Who calls Sunday gravy? I'm having Sunday gravy. It's Sunday sugo, not gravy. Ma who cazzo stai di gravy? You put it on the come cazzo si chiama? On the turkey, mashed potatoes. Yeah. If I knew, well, I cannot do it on this free thing. If I had my regular stream, I would have put that video. It showed to tuna sticks, but I'll cook them later. No problem. When that famous Calabrese American says these rimbambid, saying that this is sauce. No, this is gravy. Che cazzo dite, ragazzi? Oh, these manja cakes, I'm telling you. Or should I say Medigan? Is Kalulu the most consistent player? of Juve so far? For me, is. What about you,
Yeah,
Anthony?
it's hard to argue. I mean, the guy's played practically every minute of every game. I think he just got taken out. Was it the last game, or there was one game just recently where I think they finally subbed him out? But he's pretty much played every minute of every game. So,
Yeah,
yeah, it's hard to argue. He's definitely been up there, especially because also your buddy Locatelli has had some
yeah.
poor performances. So because of that, I would say he was the most consistent up until his most recent stretch here of a couple games where it was not good. So Kalulu's been pretty consistent and done well throughout the entire year. So it's hard to argue. Hard to argue that.
I don't like look at it, but like I said, the last game he played good. Uh, we'll just wait and see what's going to happen on January. If they get rid of him, not for Fratesi, no, maybe for a Verratti, maybe a dream Tonali, but for me, Locatelli, I don't know. Then we all know that Spalletti's not really happy with Locatelli, so we'll see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Well, your take.
I think in a perfect world, Locatelli as like the third or the fourth option. So meaning like either if you play a 3-man midfield, he doesn't have to start every game, but if he comes off the bench, he'd be really solid. I think the reason why people have
Yeah,
a problem and an issue with him is because maybe more on the leadership side and him wearing the captain's armband. Maybe people aren't as convinced as him being the guy and the leader, but his quality is there. And then, yeah, like every player, you're going to have 1, 2, 3 bad performances a season. But like I said, as like the main guy, I think like, yeah, it's hard to argue that, would you like better players instead of him? Of course, everybody would.
yeah. Everybody.
But it's what you have, right? So until our Paesano El Cane starts spending the money and starts,
Yeah,
say Tonali here, just start sending the money, then maybe,
yeah.
but
Well,
until
he
then,
has
we
no
gotta,
choice. He should do something like that just to impress Teeter if he wants to show that he's interested in the club.
yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll find out this summer because, as you know, and I'm sure you're aware, the FFP, we're gonna get
Yeah, the fresh.
the punishment, right? So whatever happens from that, hopefully it's just a fine, is what they're saying. So if they pay the fine and they get off with just that, they're supposed to have some money this summer to spend. But obviously, a lot of it's gonna hinge on us finishing top 4. So we gotta not wait till the last game of the season to qualify for Champions League. We got to get in there
I see.
and then go from there.
Ma Massimo, ma che italiano sei? Like I call it gravy and I'm Canadian. I think you're pushing my buttons. I don't see no Canadian call it gravy. Si chiama carne immaginata, sugo con la carne, not con gravy. What are you If you say this to a Barese, they will... Ma che sta dicendo? Massimo, I'm not really impressed with you, my friend. No. I don't know. What's up with this guy, man? You know him more than me.
I think the fruitcake comment just messed him up. I don't know. I think he's
I think he's pushing my
his
buttons.
wires
That's what I
crossed a
think.
bit. He's just
Well, we have an American here. He says you can also put gravy on mashed potatoes. Yeah, but you cannot call sugo red sauce gravy, Anthony. Come on. I think in your area they don't say that. Come on, bro. Yeah, you're Baresi, but they don't call
even worse.
gravy. Oh, come on. My wife's nono is Baresi. If he knows what you just said, oh dear, he will come all the way to Toronto, man. Come on, bro. Let's move on. There's something here. Okay, this guy. I feel like Agnello's afraid of Teeter, and that's why he came out with the big stand instead of just a letter. You mean Elkan or
Yeah, I think
not?
he meant to put. I think he meant to put Alka. That's actually a good point. I didn't really think of it like that. I just, like I said, for me, it's if you're not going to sell, you just say, okay, I'm not going to sell. Just put it on an email, send it out, little headline, whatever. But
Yeah.
maybe to Zwartworks Music's point, maybe he feels threatened by them, so he had to come out and make a whole video with his hands in the sweater, So yeah,
He is afraid. He is.
Yeah.
Mark my words. We'll see if we can have a nice present. Chi te è morto? Ma maledetto, what a durno, This guy. Alcan. Well, welcome to the channel, my friend. I think I seen you at the AJC as
Yeah.
well. Sauce with the Canadian right here. Sauce with the pasta, yes. Pasta con sugo, no con gravy. Madonna mia, these kids, man. Oh, for sure you can't use sugo and gravy in the same con.
Mm.
I will not use sugo in a thing. Exactly, bravo. Wow, the chat is going wild. Well, guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for the new subscribers because I see some new faces. So keep on pumping. Anthony, do you have anything else to add on?
No, not really. I mean, unless you wanna, if you wanna maybe do like to close it up, we'll do a little maybe prediction for the weekend if you'd like. We can do some predictions.
Yes,
We
we
have,
can do that.
so
If
depending how you want to do it, we got Supercoppa on Thursday, Friday. So we could do like, we don't have to pick the games. We could do like, okay, who we think is going to win Supercoppa. And then we could do
okay,
the match
the
day
Serie A.
Serie A. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
But
prediction.
if you
So
if you
fun to wrap with that one.
well, if you have no rush, well, if you're not in a rush, sure,
Sure.
we can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. No. I'm good for time.
Let me find the Super Copa here. Let's do first the Super Copa.
I still think somehow that bastard Allegri is gonna figure it out, man. I don't know. I think they're gonna win the Supercoppa. They got to get past. If they can beat Conte and Napoli on Thursday, I think whoever they
That's
play.
going to be
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, I see some comments. Oh, thanks. He's the goat. And who am I? Fettuccine cheese. Thanks, Massimo. So yeah, Super Copa. Okay, we're gonna do that right now. Oh, Mirko, my Paesano. Taylor will buy Juventus. You're gonna put Andrea. Grande Mirko.
And Del Piero vice president. Oh, let's hope. Let's hope.
That's all. I don't know about the Piero, but let's focus first on Yeli. Then, yeah, we'll see about that. Okay, so
if they were to do that, I'd be happy, but we'll see.
Yeah. So that goes up. Flames losing 2-0 already. So what happened to the Canucks win, correct? Let me know that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so the Super Copa, Napoli, Milan. Who do you think is going to win on this one? I'll give 2-0 for Milan. You, Anthony?
I think it's going to be a close match. So I'm going to go. I'll go 2-1 Milan in that first semifinal.
2-1? Okay,
yeah.
I say 2-0. Then we got Bologna, Inter. I'm going for Bologna, you brutti cartonati, as Chris says. Viva Saputo Bologna, Montreal, which a lot of people don't like him, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But I hope they do a nice Bologna spaghetti alla bolognese.
So, not to pile on Inter,
okay,
but it is fun. But the reason I'm going to say Bologna is because recency bias just watching them play against us on Sunday, and they're a pretty capable team, and they seem to have it figured out. The other reason why I'm going to choose them over Inter right now is because I've been watching Inter's form lately, and yes, okay, and said, yeah, they picked up a couple wins here and there, but they're not really too convincing. And like I said, it's hard for any manager personally to manage multiple competitions, as we see with Conte. We've been giving Conte a hard time. So for Kivu specifically, he's been having not some good luck in the Champions League recently. And okay, they're doing better in Serie A, but now you got to throw in this Supercoppa match. So I'm going to go 2-0 Bologna. So it'll be Bologna
2-0?
and Milan in the final.
Well, the thing with Inter, I've been having a lot of beef with Interista, as you notice, because now they're first place, and I've been having people through Instagram messaging me, "Oh, siamo la capolista." As you said, Bologna has been playing better, and we know that with experienced Inter Bologna, even the second time of the Serie A, Bologna always beats them. And as Massimo just said, Merda can be good teams. Exactly, they can't. Yeah. But now they're getting hyped up. They're first place. I keep on telling these guys, you guys need to calm down because you lost with Juventus, Milan, Napoli 3-1. That was a bad loss. Okay. Then who else? Atletico Madrid, they barely played Atletico Madrid. The last minute, Simeone stuff, boom. Then they lost with the shitty Liverpool. Now they can't say, "Oh, we got the bad call, this and that." Like, come on, guys, let's be real. Like, what bothers me about Inter, not because you can call me anti-Interista, I don't care. That the fans, even not only Inter fans, the Juventini defending Inter, calling this Inter, they seem like the Real Madrid. They're not. They're just a regular team. Okay, Inter. Yes, I like players like Di Marco. Paesano's been 50-50. Boni, Sommer hasn't been great. Chanalogo hasn't been great. So, guys, what are we talking about here, man? Let's just pump down the brakes here. Like I know with Serie A, anything can happen. Well, we win this last year with a shitty Napoli. They won the Scudetto. Oh, they made it to the final. Yes, they made it to the final, and they lost 5-0 with PSG. Like, let's be real, guys. So, I'm going to go maybe 1-0 for Bologna because against us, they weren't that 100% Bologna. So we'll see. I could be wrong, but to be quite honest with you, I wouldn't mind seeing another Milan Inter in the final. So as much as I don't like Allegri,
it's going to be 2-0 in my Paesano. Uno di noi, Bernardeschi off the bench is going to
score. Yeah, hey, I don't like Bernardeschi. I had the opportunity to meet Bernardeschi. You guys can look on my video. Meet with Bernardeschi because my friend was giving me a hard time. But it was a pleasure to meet him. So trust me. And by the way, Alberto did give me a picture of Bernardeschi, which I still have it. Alberto, if you hear me, the autograph of Bernardeschi. Nice. So we'll wait and see. If he does that,
Mario's not happy with us. We're anti.
Do you? Hey, what about you, Mario? You see how these Inter-Tristi, how they cry? Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Well, you got to answer. Anthony. Well, I don't see Anthony anti-Interista. I don't. So he's pretty. Like, if you give him a hard time, he'll see the way he is. But I don't know what you're talking about, Mario. I'm trying to find here. Let me see it. The match day. Because my stupid thing is not working properly.
Oh, if you want, I can pull it up. It's up to you.
Yeah, if you can. Sorry, man.
Okay. No, I'll pull it up. So, okay. So we'll go. We went through
Saturday,
Supercoppa. We went through. Okay, so Saturday. Yeah. So Saturday, it's actually very light schedule. There's only 2 matches on Saturday. So the first match at noon Eastern time, which would be what, 10 o'clock your time or 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock, I think, right? 9 a.m. It's Lazio Cremonese.
Yeah, Lazio Cremonese. Okay, I have it. Yeah. So predictions on that. I'll give Cremonese 2-0 because Lazio.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lazio. They're very up and down. They've had better performances lately, but I think Cremonese can come away with a good result there. Actually, I think I'm gonna go 2-1 Cremonese.
Yeah.
So that's the first match of the day. And then the big one at 2:45 Eastern time, it's Juventus Roma.
Okay.
So what do you think?
Juventus Roma. I'm going for a win. 1-0 Juventus. I don't want to be always saying that we might lose, we might tie. So I've been given the 1-0, 2-0 for Juventus. So hopefully I'm right. A goal from our boy Jonathan David, so we can shut down the haters.
Clean sheet. I like that because I know I've been struggling on our show calling a clean sheet because it just seemed like it's never going to happen. Then we finally got one the last game against Bologna, so that was refreshing to see. But I know our Paesano Omar mentioned that Roma is one of the worst teams when it comes to scoring goals. They only have 15 goals.
Yeah.
In Serie A right now this season, and the next team in front of them is like one of the bottom table clubs. So they're having a hard time scoring. So that could either mean one of two things. It could either mean that it's going to be a really low scoring game, or it can mean that Juventus can somehow find a way to get one, maybe two past them, and then that's it. Then Roma won't have a shot. So
I see.
It's hard for me to say in this one, in the sense that I'm not the biggest believer in Gasperini. I know he's quality, but I just really feel like this Roma team, it's very, very odd makeup. Like you could see that they have some quality, but I knew that it was not going to be, so good to be true. A lot of people were predicting them to finish top four. So I think if Juventus plays like they did on Sunday, 2-0 Juventus, no problem. They should be able to control the
Yeah.
game for the most part. I think Roma won't really have too much to say. It's just all about Juventus going forward, trying to expose Roma's backline because it's not that convincing. Our buddy Mancini's back there. So, hey, one thing we can predict is maybe you might see a red card. You might see controversial play
Yeah.
happen because of, Mr. Mancini back there and with Juve. So we'll
Yeah.
see. But
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I think Juve is going to win 2-0.
2-0? Yeah, with Roma, they've been up in the. I did a hit along with the Inter Roma, but unfortunately, Inter win that game. They played defensively, but Roma couldn't score, man.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, like this last game. What was it? Yesterday, yeah, they won. So we'll wait and see. For me, if people they're saying Roma might win the Scudetto, but they got to bring the players for Gasperini because already Dybala's going to leave in the summer, and they need some quality for Gasperini in order to succeed. Which I
Yeah.
think they won at the Europa League, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll wait and
Yes.
see. All I care about that Juventus needs to win because I'm really sick and tired to see this Juventus not win. So I want to keep the momentum going, or else I'm gonna lose my shit, smash the TV.
Yeah. Oh, and
So,
like I mentioned earlier, right now we've got a really good stretch of games after this one. So if they can somehow manage, even okay, in a perfect world, we want the 3 points. But let's just say they come out with a draw Saturday. You've got Pisa next Saturday, the 27th. After Pisa, Lecce. After Lecce, Sassuolo. After Sassuolo, Cremonese. And after
oh boy,
Cremonese, Cagliari. All five, again, you don't want to look past these teams because we know our history, recent memory with the small teams, it hasn't been good. And that's
it hasn't
ultimately
been.
what's been keeping us or preventing us from really challenging for the Scudetto the last few seasons. I could honestly say is our matches against the small teams. So against those five clubs, you get points out of that. Then you never know. You never know what can happen. You're right in the title race again. Because then after those five fixtures, we've got Champions League against Benfica. So this is where, in terms of Serie A, this is where Juventus really has to put their stamp on Serie A and say, okay, we're for real. We want to challenge for the title. They got to pick up maximum points in these 5 games for me.
For you.
And if they don't, then it's going to be fighting for top 4. But if they can manage to get maximum points in those 5 matches, I think we have a shot at fighting for the title. And then it's going to depend on the games against the big boys. So
I see. Well, let's wait and see. Let's hope for the better. Would you want to continue on with the big teams for the predictions?
I was gonna say, so there's one other big
Yeah,
match, which is Sunday, which is Atalanta Genoa.
Atalanta. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I'm looking at myself too. I'll give 2-0 for Atalanta. I'm kind of like what I'm seeing with what's his name, Palladino. What about
Yeah.
yourself?
I think for me too, like they've definitely improved a lot considerably under
Yeah,
Palladino. Their results in Champions League has been very surprising for me. The fact that they're in a top 8 spot, which could get them through automatically and not even have to play in a playoff, is pretty surprising because they have 13 points. I think they're pretty much almost guaranteed. Depending on the next result. And Genoa's kind of up and down. They're not really too strong. So, yeah, I would say I'll go 2-0. 2-0 Atalanta.
2-0?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying 3-0. Maybe. We'll wait and see. Well, moving on because Chris is saying about Let's do the last question, boys, and that's it. Then we're gonna shut it down because Anthony, it's almost 11. Benedesca TFC, where's the bum Insigne? Well, as Anthony first said, he might go to Lazio. So
Yeah,
that'll
I
be.
don't know what's happening with that. If it's
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
go
know.
through.
That's what I heard. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been hearing. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea, but yeah, I think we can shut it down. You have anything else?
Yeah, no, I'll just add here at the end. Just want to say thank you for having me again. And I know it's been a while, so it was nice to
Yeah,
finally get to set this up and do this at unusual times for me and even for you, because I know it's a little bit earlier. But yeah, no, I just
yeah.
wanted to say, like, follow myself on Twitter at Tony_Trim10 at Twitter, on X, and follow us, the AJC, of course.
You
And
see?
as you know, we always, we're big supporters of Reno's channel. So, like and subscribe the channel.
Well, I'm a big supporter of you
Like
guys, well,
like the
especially
stream,
Alberto.
continue to support Reno. We appreciate, all the support we get. So, just again, follow us at the AJC on all the socials, and we'll keep you informed and updated on Juve. But like I said, more importantly, we help out Reno. He helps us out. We thank you guys a lot for
Well,
support, and, continue to follow and subscribe Reno as well.
yes, do the same thing with the AJC. We have Chris Moss. Since he met Alberto in my life, he's been sending me videos of Alberto. He likes how Alberto is. And of course,
Nice.
Alberto's live reaction are beautiful.
Oh,
I gotta say, I can catch up with that. I wish I could do one on Saturday, but it all depends. Sorry.
Yeah.
If I have to deal with my son. But Anthony, it's a pleasure. I know it's been a while. Hopefully to have you back. If not, I can try to put you on in the new year on the big games. I know life has been busy, so
Yep.
yeah. I like to say thank you in the chat into the new subscribers. So ciao ciao. As most predictions better, and it keeps not letting me type when I'm a subscriber. Annoying. Oh really? Wow. I don't know what's happening there, but thank you so much. Hey, don't worry, Chris. I'll have you on my show. Maybe I'll have Anthony too, because you like to talk about hockey. He's a Bruins fan, but Anthony's a good lead, so don't give him a hard time. And
It's
we can
okay.
touch on hockey. No, he's a good guy, trust me.
As you know, I've got my father-in-law, my wife, my brother-in-law. So I got the Bruins enough here with me at home. So I deal with it on a daily basis over here. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Massimo, vata durma. I think I should have this guy in my life. A legendary
I
stream.
think he's asking for it, man. I think he's.
I know. Hey, he has my number. He follows me on Instagram. Anytime, bro. Anytime. Anyways, guys, like and subscribe. Anthony, thanks again. Thank you to all you lovely people on the chat. Good and bad, even the fellow interista. I like to give you guys a hard time. And Daquan, yes, for you, Forza Napoli. It's always a pleasure. From England, that you're awake to watch me. It's always a pleasure, guys. We're at 15 likes, a few subscribers, so beautiful. Let's keep on rolling. E bada bim, bada boom. Until then, ciao ciao e arrivederci. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Hold on.